Good evening and welcome to Marion Common Council meeting. Today is February 18th at 7 p.m. in Marion City Hall. I welcome everyone here, a nice audience tonight. And I'm going to begin by calling this meeting to order. And we're going to begin with prayer tonight from Pastor Matt Trexler from the River Church here in Marion. Pastor Matt, if you just want to make your way to that microphone, hit the red button, and the mic is yours.
That's a dangerous thing to tell a pastor, my friend. We could be here all night. If it's a good crowd, we'll take an offering, right? So, Father, thanks for tonight, and thanks for the privilege that we have to make decisions about our city, and for those that you've put in front of us to lead the city, along with our mayor and all the other leaders from the fire department, the police department, the parks department, engineering, and roads. And thank you for those that have been clearing the roads in our city for the past few days and keeping us safe. But God, we know that this earth that we are a part of is all yours, and that everything in it, according to Psalm 24:1, is yours. And all who live in the city of Marion and all who live in this great country that we call America, that we call home, it's all yours, God. You founded this earth. You founded the seas. You established the waters. And so, God, who can ascend your mountain? God, we know that only those who stand in your holy place. And so, God, we're thankful for the privilege we have tonight, that we serve a God who loves us. We serve a God who's willing to stand beside us. You sent your son to die for us. And so we praise you for that, and we thank you for that, and that we might live with hope in the midst of what are trying days in our country and in our state and even in our city at times, God. But, God, we have the hope and the reality that you are coming back and coming back. Please come back soon, man. And we would be honored to be a part of that generation. So, God, be with these tonight. I pray for a spirit of unity in our city, a spirit of unity amongst us. I pray for a spirit of wisdom and discernment upon those in this room tonight. We love you, and we praise you, and we thank you. And all God's people said,
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Matt. We're going to go right into the Pledge of Allegiance. Tonight, actually, it's going to be Councilman David King.
Please join with me in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you again, Pastor Matt, pastor of the River Church in Marion, doing a fantastic job over there, and the congregation is just constantly growing. So obviously they're doing something right over there. So, and you know, just a quick shout out for the River Church. They do so much for our community. I just wanted to give that public. I mean, the big give, all that. I mean, they're praying over our city all the time and just volunteering, and we just really appreciate that. And just thank you for coming in and spending a little bit of your Tuesday evening to pray over us as well. So, thank you. Have a good night. Thank you. We're going to go into roll call, Madam Clerk.
Kane.
Here.
Marshall. Fordyce.
Here.
Brunner.
Here.
Klein. Devine.
Here.
Witten.
Here.
Cowgill.
Here.
McKinley.
Here. Sounds like you get the buzz tonight on your mic. We're going to go into tonight's Community Spotlight. And let me get my screen for at home and in here set up. Tonight's Community Spotlight, I hope they are in the audience. Linda and Mike, are you here? There you are. Okay, I didn't see you earlier. Awesome. Linda's here. Linda, come on up to the front. And tonight's Community Spotlight is going to be Jake's Antiques. Hopefully everyone in this room that lives in Marion knows about Jake's Antiques. Come all the way up here. I told you, you got to come all the way to the front. And Jake's Antiques is a well-established business here that really, Linda and Mike, you bought the business, what, a year and a half?
December 23rd.
Of 23, yep.
Yes,
So a year and 2 months. So they purchased Jake's Antiques, long established business here in Marion, but they're taking it and running with it and making improvements. She talked about, I was there the other day with my mom helping pick up some stuff. And I was just overly impressed. Just the layout in there. I've been in there, it's been a while. I don't do that kind of shopping. My wife does, but She would talked about they're going to put some new siding around the building and just really do some improvements. And when you're a small business, that's a huge investment,
It is.
just to put siding on a building. And it's really your own money.
Because,
And yeah,
well, yeah, because right now we fixed the roof down at the end down there, and so we sided that end down there with siding, and so it's red barn and siding with black trim, and I'm excited because it's going to take about a year
yeah.
to do the whole building. It's going to look amazing.
It's going to look fantastic. And I mean, that's a really, really old building.
It is.
So it's a lot of work and maintenance, but hopefully when you get all that work done, it'll be less work and maintenance. But really, it's the business is around forever, but about 30,000 square feet in there, correct? I mean, not only is it 30,000 square feet, but they have to pay to heat that and cool it. I don't even want to know what the bill is. Yeah. But also, how many vendors do you have there?
Right now it's between 72 and 75.
Wow, 72 to 75 vendors. So not only are we featuring Jake's Antiques, but really what it is, it's almost, am I wrong when I say consignment? Or,
No, it's a vendor-based, so.
Vendor-based, yeah.
So each booth is one vendor.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain sizes, a certain amount, they pay a commission,
yep.
and it's,
So it really gives an opportunity for our locals to buy and sell. So it's not just Jake's Antiques, it's 72 to 75 other, we'll say, small sole proprietors, small business owners, that really, really helps the community. And it's an excellent resale shop. I'm telling you what, if you've not been in there, you got to go in. It's air conditioned, it's heated, it's comfortable, and they just have something for everything. So if you're needing anything for your house, go in there and check them out. So I just wanted to feature Jake's Antiques. They do have a website, jakesantiquesmarionin.com. They're at 1440 West Winona Avenue, literally right off the bypass.
it is, right now we're working on the signage.
Yeah.
We've got to fix a sign that had blown down from a weather problem, and we'll be siding.
Yeah.
We've got a billboard right now, radio station.
Saw that, yeah.
So it's exciting. It takes time because do you do the inside or do you do the outside
Mm-hmm.
of the building? And so it's, I don't know, it's a learning. Mike and I have never done this.
Yeah.
It's a thing that we both love. There's going to be headaches, of course, with anything like this. And Mike's not here because he also works at General Motors
Okay.
in Marion, so he's
Yeah.
got about 8 years left. He cannot wait because he wants to be there full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well,
Yeah.
we just appreciate you guys taking over the business and just improving on it. The previous owners did a great job, but essentially you're managing 72 other business owners too, in a way, right?
Kind of, yeah. So you're getting taxes.
Yeah.
Just
Software involved, yeah, it's pretty intricate,
lots
so.
of it.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming tonight. We wanted to feature you, so we always want to get a photo. So if we get the rest of the council in here, and Marty, if you could get a photo for us. Yeah, my mom's a regular shopper there, so I'm the one with the truck in the family, so everyone with the truck in the family know what that means. So I'm the transportation guy. All right, always a pleasure doing community spotlights. Okay, moving on to city employee spotlight. And let me get that for people at home. Our city employee spotlight tonight is Lisa McClung. Where are you at in the audience? There, yeah, I did talk to you. I saw your photo here, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Lisa. This is what they gave me at City Hall. So Lisa McClung is a longtime city bus operator. Lisa, you have to come up front. You don't get to escape. Come all the way up here to the front if you could. Hey, perfect. Come on over, right over here. And so Lisa has been with the transit for 19 years, right? And as it says on here, Jeff Edwards, who's our Director of Transportation, she's been with Marion Transit for 19 years, has driven fixed routes, ADA buses and vans. Her heart is with the ADA transportation. She's very caring and loves helping those in need of assistance. She demonstrates exceptional work ethic and consistent ability to go above and beyond. Lisa is a true asset to transportation in the city of Marion, and in her spare time, she enjoys spending time with her family and grandchildren. So those are her comments directly from Jeff, so thank you, Jeff, such kind words. But tell me, in 19 years, what's kept you doing it for 19 years?
Besides needing a good job, I like the weekends off, and I'm a people person. You know, my mom always said you don't know a stranger, and I like helping people. A lot of the people we help on ADA are people who just want their independence. They need to go to the grocery store, they need to go to the doctor, and this doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when they call live streams or some of the other service, they don't show up for them. So it gives them
Right.
independence. And
So you're not just operating a bus, but you're people's lifeline to work,
Right.
to the store,
yes.
and medical services, obviously the city providing that, but I imagine, when people get on the bus and you have regular riders, you establish those relationships and people look forward to that. And I know just in the work I do outside of here that sometimes that's their only
It
exposure.
is. It
You're
is.
the only person they see that
They're
day.
a person just like everybody else, and they
Yeah.
want somebody to talk to, and they want somebody to care.
Yeah, well, and I imagine that's probably part of the reason that you're being highlighted today is just 19 years. That's a long time to stay in a job these days. 19 years of dedicated service, just driving the bus, driving the routes, and taking good care of our constituents that use the bus. So we just really appreciate you, appreciate your service to the city. Hope we get another 19 years out of you. But if not, at some point, I'm sure you want to retire.
Yes.
Anything you want to share, anything you want to add?
My son's a city worker too, he's a police officer.
Yeah, I recognize him.
And so-
Not because I got pulled over by him, though.
No,
So
I
you-
just-
yeah.
There's a lot of people that need to be represented in our system, so there's a lot of us who's been here a lot of years that need represented,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I knew, I didn't know you specifically, but I'd heard there were some longtime bus drivers and longtime employees in transportation. And I reached out to Jeff and asked him, I said, give me somebody that we can highlight that has just put in a lot of time and dedication.
We had
And,
people before me, Jim, who had in 44 years.
oh, wow, yeah.
And a couple other guys who had 30-something years in. One died of cancer, John did, John McIntyre, so.
Yeah. Well, we're happy to have you tonight. Hopefully in the future we can get some other transportation workers, and appreciate you bringing your son into the mix of city and public service. Just make sure if he's behind you, you're not crossing the center line or anything like that. So no, you don't want to get pulled over on the bus.
I'm gonna try to use that card if I can.
Oh, yeah, good deal. Want to appreciate your service too. And maybe one day, hopefully we can spotlight you, so.
I have my uncle and my aunt and my two best friends with me out here too.
Oh,
and
great.
My daughter-in-law and my grandson.
Okay, we appreciate you bringing your whole family in here, so thank you so much. Everyone give Lisa around 19 years and counting. Would like to get a photo, as you've already seen, so. Oh. Get another photo that Marty's gotten. I'm gonna have to start giving credits. Yes, bring up your family, anyone that wants to be in the picture. Summon them forward, please.
I think she needs
Because
to be highlighted all by herself.
it's not just her, it's a family behind you. Yeah. Come on up here. You can, you don't drag me up there. Nice try.
My uncle, my two best friends, and my aunt.
Get in here. We're just accessories. You guys are the real photo.
Right here in the center.
Jeff, you
Come on in. squeeze it. Here, we can't see you. Here, I'll stand.
You're good, you're good.
Oh, Jeff, hold on, wait for Jeff. Jeff, get up here. Don't worry, I think this meeting's gonna go quick. So. Chris over there.
Yes, I am. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you to the whole family. Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. We are. Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate it. Missed you there. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah, where you are. I thought I told you that, but that's okay. Always my favorite part of the meetings. No offense, Mayor, the stuff you bring we like too, but that's my favorite part. All right, moving into the consent agenda for the approval of minutes, consideration of pre-approved claims, and consideration of claims. Open to any questions, concerns. If there are none, then I would entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Motion by Councilman Kane, a second by Councilman Brunner. Any discussion? Madam Clerk, roll call.
Kane,
Aye.
Fordice,
Aye.
Brunner,
Aye.
Devine,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Cowgill,
Aye.
McKinley.
Yes. Sorry, I thought we were going to use your mic. I was nervous, so good call. Okay, and moving into committee reports. Do we have any committee reports? We'll start over here with Councilwoman Devine.
We had a Board of Works meeting this morning. It was a very brief one. The board talked about and had one of the city properties at 812 West 12th Street was sold to one of the neighbors near that property. So they have purchased that lot for the average of the appraisals. Thank you. I was like, what's that word? It's gone. And then they also gave an update on one of the unsafe structures. They have decided it was one that had been given some continuances for work to be done on and had found that not much work had been completed on it. So they went ahead and upheld the order to go ahead and demolish. And that was on 26th Street. And that was the whole meeting.
Great, thank you so much. Any other council report or committee reports? I'll give a quick update. We'll say it's kind of through the redevelopment commission, but it's on the skate park for the city. Currently, so we had a survey that went out for the skate park, public survey. We had 98 responses from, we'll say, active skaters, bikers, and 44 responses from the, we'll say, the non-riding community. Great responses. So the company that's doing the design consultation is Hunger Skate Parks. They are compiling all of that information, all the responses, and they will be, it's probably here in the next month or two, I'm hoping, to schedule a public meeting that we will broadcast and announce to have members of the community come out and have input for features, designs on top of what have already been submitted. They are putting a preliminary design together based on the initial survey feedback. And then from there, once we get a final, we'll say final design, then we'll know the price tag, and then we'll start seeking funding and raise money hopefully for it. So skate park's moving along. We're looking at putting it at Hogan Park there on Valley Avenue by 14th, where the current skate park is. So quick update on that. Any other committee reports? Great. All right, we're going to move on. Normally we would go to unfinished business. I am asking the council to consider the first item in new business first and move it to the very beginning. It's the confirmatory resolution for Cafe Valley. Chris Griesel is here to speak on that. Just has multiple meetings tonight and was hoping maybe to get this at the beginning so we can get to the next meeting. And of course, as a city, we're probably getting billed by the hour, so we might save a little bit moving just to the front too, right? Yeah. So anyways, I'm asking the council just for consensus. Everyone okay moving this to handle it right now? Yes. Perfect. Great. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and move that new business confirmatory resolution to right now. And that confirmatory resolution, it's under new business. It's kind of an old business category on Cafe Valley, that stuff we've already approved last meeting. But it's a resolution designating certain property as an economic revitalization area, authorizing abatement, and approving statement of benefits for Cafe Valley. And then speaking Chris Griesel, and then there's an executive summary, Madam Clerk.
On February 4th, 2025, the Common Council for the City of Marion approved an economic development agreement with Cafe Valley, whereby Cafe Valley agreed, among other obligations, to invest not less than $20.3 million in new manufacturing, R&D, logistic distribution, and IT equipment if the city would authorize a 12-year enhanced personal property tax abatement in the amount of 100% of personal property taxes assessed on the new equipment. Additionally, on February 4th, 2025, the council approved a declaratory resolution designating certain property as an economic revitalization area. Upon conclusion of tonight's duly noticed public hearing, the council may approve the confirmatory resolution establishing the economic revitalization area and authorizing the abatement.
Welcome.
Good evening, President McKinley, members of the council. Thanks for your consideration in moving this up on the agenda tonight. As the clerk summarized, this is the final step in the abatement process for you tonight. So you may recall in our last meeting, this council approved the economic development agreement with Cafe Valley, which outlined the abatement structure and the process. And then procedurally, you took the first step in approving the declaratory resolution, which establishes the economic revitalization area and allows you to authorize that abatement. So tonight, we've noticed a public hearing. Upon that conclusion of the public hearing, if it's your will to approve the confirmatory resolution, that'll finalize the process for your purposes of wrapping up the abatement. We'll then send all final action over to the assessor and the auditor's office for processing. So with that, before you open the public hearing, I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have on the finalization of this process.
Great, thank you. Any council members, questions? Great, and this is the one you said we do have, this is the one with the public hearing.
You got it.
So if no other questions, then we'll open the microphone up. Chris, if you want to have a quick seat. And if anyone would like to speak on this, please make your way to the microphone. All right, I'm not seeing anyone advance forward. So we will go ahead and close the public hearing. Any other questions from the council members? If none, then I would entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I move that we pass or confirm or pass the confirmatory resolution.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Kane, a second by Vice President Fordyce. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk, roll call.
Kane,
Aye.
Fordyce,
Aye.
Brunner,
Aye.
Devine,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Cowgill,
Aye.
McKinley.
Yes, confirmatory resolution is passed. Thank you so much for making the trip here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, going back to unfinished business, beginning with additional appropriation